Yo, PB just happened and I'm gonna assume most of you are aware of what the outcome was. I wanted to do a little commentary about it to show myself some justice and perhaps note to myself across the entire event what I could have done better. To recap, this was the team I drafted for PB, this is what we placed as a team, but this is how I placed individually. Firstly, I want to bring up the fact that this was the highest comp event we've ever seen in the minigame format, and generally speaking, the higher the comp, the more individual point spread is determined by team placement. This means that if there's a lower comp, it's a lot easier to place higher as an individual, even if your team doesn't do that good. And vice versa, the higher the comp is. The more good players there are, the harder it is to place high if your team doesn't do that great. More weight for your individual score is brought up by your team. With this in mind, my third individual placement from this event goes from a solid performance to a pretty monstrous one. I'm both happy, but I'm also really upset with this performance. I'll go into detail why. To start, I ranked every game in the event in terms of how I think I did in each game, as you can see here. I'll go through every game in chronological order. So the first game we played was Temple Lockout, and can I be honest, we did really well this game. I think my comms are actually pretty good as well. I know Morgan was mainly leading comms here, just because he kind of has the Valorant brain. He knows what he's doing. You know, a team FFA game like this, so I was just kind of like, yeah, if he runs into a fight, I'm just gonna follow him and assume it works. Generally speaking, though, I don't think we made a single mistake in this entire game. There was one positioning error, but it was more kind of down to just luck and where we were at, rather than us making a comm to place ourselves in that bad spot. Also, this fight was really well executed by us. We just used our projectiles really well while we knew that they had burned their util. There's Toph running away. You know, we got Mickey Mouse over here just deciding to leave the fight early because he's half health. Dude, literally not even 30% health, by the way, and he's running away. So yeah, anyways, I literally get my health pot off and it's a pretty clean fight, to be honest. Oh wow, he's back. He's trying to clean, but wow, he's running away again. Now round 2, we spawn next to blue, which kind of just means that we automatically get a lot of free zones because blue are just not going to contest us whatsoever, and if they try, they're going to get melted. At this point, we get close to diamond and we realize they're literally in a fight with the best team, so we're just like, oh, this is a free clean. They're probably killing the other team for free damage because they know they're going to die, which means that the cleanup is going to be extremely easy for us. And well, would you look at that? They literally all die in the neatest way possible. So now we have this entire room to ourselves and we have 2 of the strongest teams out of the fight immediately, which just means that we have so much ground to work with and so many more zone points to work with as well. Now we see blue team like trying to make an aggressive stance here, but we're just kind of like, nah, let's just push you guys out. Like realistically, you're not going to fight us, you're going to immediately run, and that's exactly what they do. Now we do see pink in this room next to us and we kind of realize, as you can see, purple is just like very straggled right here. Like he's so split from his team and we can probably hit him backwards so he can't get through the door. And while, you know, that doesn't seem to work, it's okay because I have the power of slam boost to keep up. This was like the only point in the game where I was like, uh-oh, this is scary, because we have blue team on this side and then we have red team behind us, so it's kind of just like, uh-oh. But it was okay because red kind of just let us push through for free and they just kind of ran into mid, so we end up getting the zone. Now I did kind of throw this ending fight because I saw Emerald on 9 health and I was like, oh, that's 2 crits, I can kill that, and then I end up not. So now blue team kind of just does this awkward thing where we just kind of trade blows and then realize it doesn't work. So at this point I'm low, but I just kind of need to get damage in. Listen, we probably weren't winning that final fight after the blue mishap, so that's okay. We got a lot of points and I'm chill with that actually. I'm not going to show much of round 3 because it's kind of just the same deal. Not really anything interesting happens. We end up cleaning a fight. We end up getting to mid quite easily. And we end up getting some free kills at the end. Now, I don't really understand what happens in Minor Mania, to be honest. I mean, I've played it like several times, and the best I could ever achieve was a 4 out of 7. All I know is that I was pretty successful when it came to playing frontline defense. The entire goal was just kind of letting Morgan get loads of drops while I was just kind of killing everyone. Like, I work most efficiently when I have the most brainless kid in the entire event. In circumstances like this, the brainless kid is definitely the one with the sword and full health. My goal is to just stick next to Morgan, deal damage, let him bank. We ended up getting second here because, let's be honest, it didn't really look like every team was kind of fully knowing what they were doing. Every team was just kind of running into each other and hoping for the best. Now, a certain someone before this event said that they would get 4 out of 4 first places in Hyperdrive, and to that I say, no. I am TAS. I definitely think that my biggest skill set in events that I have an edge over literally everyone else is the fact that I just have memorization abilities for maps down to the wire, right? I think the best case of this happening was like, I think the best case you can see this truly shine is from Rapid Racers back in Mayhem over a year ago. The last 2 times I've played Hyperdrive, I've gotten first, and it really shows. Whilst my placements were worse this time across the board, I still got 3 top 3s and a 9th place, which is still top 10. I'll take it. At the end of the day, the gap between first and second in div was like almost 100 points. And can I be honest, like, That's pretty good. I think I'm one of the best individual event players ever at movement games, and I'm very happy with this. I think I shined best here. I think this is a perfect example of what I can achieve at my peaks. And then we reach the problems. Now, you may have just heard me say that I'm the peak individual player at movement games, but oh my good gracious heavens, this was not it. This is the worst I've ever performed in a parkour game. Full stop. I don't care that the parkour was harder. I just genuinely think I just played the worst I've ever played here. Like, I literally failed the first level like 3 times. The first one we can excuse because I was, you know, I was not acquainted to the setup, you know what I mean? But like, dude, this was rough. I think the one thing that sucks to me the most is the fact that I guess just kind of kept getting stuck at jumps I really shouldn't have, or I was just messing up tick timings. Like, this jump I really could have gotten super easily if I just breathed for a second. Like, I'm just turning way too much for the force momentum. And then this level right here is just a perfect example of, wow, Sandwich Lord is getting old and frail. He can't do 2 4 ticks in a row. Like, it's really, really tragic. In terms of hard levels completed, though, I'm actually starting to realize that it wasn't terrible. I think I just lost a lot of points from switching to medium and going back to hard, which is just notoriously awful for this game. So, yeah, next time I guess I'll never do that. My bad. But no, I think I was just very much in my own head for this. Like, I think if I just kept my cool, I definitely could have got top 3 in this game. For those who watch the VOD, it's pretty easy to tell that this game really screwed over my mental for the rest of it, so that is really, really unfortunate. And let me tell you, it keeps getting worse. This SG was just awful. Not even kidding when I say this, I genuinely think that this was just an RNG diff. Our team never had a single person in full iron in this entire event across the 2 rounds. We never had someone in full iron ever. And every team we ran into, at least half of them were full iron. Now, we had one pretty good fight here against Orange. I mean, we were kind of just winning the poke. We actually managed to kill Shane just off raw poke alone because he decides to push in a little too far and he gets absolutely demolished by arrows. I think he got hit like 7 times. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. But it doesn't matter because we have no gear and we're getting pinched by like 3 other teams. So, GG's, I guess. Now, at the very least, I at least won both of my gulag rounds against 2 arguably pretty tough opponents. You know, both fights were against people that actually know how to PvP pretty considerably well, so I'm quite happy about that. Chalice Chase, I definitely think I probably didn't do the best in comparison to my team here. I really didn't think that my movement was that smooth. I've never really been good at Chalice movement. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the essence of getting punched by somebody continuously and just throwing off my game. The more I watch this VOD, the more I realize that I can see my flaws. I know exactly what I'm doing wrong in this game, and honestly, that makes me feel a lot better about myself, because now I know if I ever played this game in the future or something remotely similar, I feel like I could do a lot better. Also, I want to just point out, that juke was almost pretty epic. Now, we did well in this game just because Nair and Morgan, I guess, were winning their Chalice fights quite often, and CG was just carrying my ass, like, through and through all the way to the end. There would be moments in this game where I would literally see CGQ jump over my ass like a freaking hawk and just snatch the Chalice of the person I was chasing just immediately, even though he's behind me. And I'm just like, well, thanks. Thumbs up. Now, Gauntlet would have gone pretty well if it wasn't for the fact that the first build was literally, I don't know, the Sphinx from ancient Egypt. Like, what am I looking at here? How did I not just immediately explode when I saw this? Like, I mean, I kind of did, but that's besides the point. Now, this game, I died in this game because this game sucks. Now, this game kind of sucks, but I think that's more so due to the fact that it's like 70% RNG rather than 95 like Disco Fever is. I did get randomly stray hit by a explosion behind me though, which kind of sucked. Now, Sand Surfers was actually going pretty well for me until the fact when you realize that the moment a single person decides to path in front of you, you're toast. Oh, I also forgot obstacles. It was alright. I just kind of played safe. I think 7th place is not that bad in this roster. I'll take it. Now, Trials of Fire. I just want to say that anyone who said that we were getting last in this game, yeah, I can understand your reasoning, but at the same time, if you honestly think I'm not gonna look at all of the freaking clips of people saying we're gonna get last in this game and not devise a 4-hour VOD review session with my entire team going over every single game for this event, yeah, you're stupid. Puzzling Peril went decently well for us. I think the first puzzle was really easy for all of us, but then the second one took a bit of time and convincing, but that's okay. Now, Hell's Kitchen was pretty much the way we wanted to play it. I don't think there was like huge issues. We had all of our comms up correctly. We were getting stuff very efficiently quickly, and that's kind of all that matters. There was no mishaps in comms. Now, for Echo Chamber, I devised a strategy that was honestly hands down the greatest thing I've ever came up with for any minigame, and oh my goodness, does this strategy work. Here, I'll just play the clip of me describing my build and then you can see for yourself. Okay, 2 and 4 emerald.
Yep.
22, 24 emerald.
22, 24 emerald, yep.
6, 10 gold.
Yep.
12, 14 gold.
Yep.
16, 20 gold.
16, 20 gold.
Nice.
Nice.
Got it. Oh my god.
God, you can't.
Yeah, it really wasn't hard for me to think of this. This kind of breaks this entire game. Devil Dart was just like, whatever. I had a really weird shot where I just shot it across the map and it landed on a random ledge for some unknown reason. Good job, me. And what about the puzzle? I don't like puzzles, but we did it. Look, the puzzle at the end definitely took us a bit of a moment, but we still got 5th in this game overall, which, I mean, according to the predictions, is 3 places higher than pretty much everyone was predicting us. So, frick you. As a team, we played this event pretty well. Going in, we thought our worst games were going to be Mania and Trials of Fire, but we got 2nd and 5th in them respectively. Our VOD reviewing was time well spent. We had an excellent temple as well, alongside a Chalice chase that I wasn't expecting, I'll say that much. As an individual, wow, I really bottled potentially the best event performance of all time. Realistically, if I get like 80 more points in Jumping Mad, let's say another 120 from PBSG, which honestly is pretty realistic. It's like saying one of our rounds we actually did decently well, and then the other round is completely unchanged. And just for an extra slice of optimism, let's say I get 50 more in Gauntlet because I had a brain in Disco Fever and Sand Surfers. I would almost have 3k individually, and my team would very likely still be 5th, maybe 4th or 3rd. At the end of the day, this is all speculation and crazy cope, but hear me out. I was quite literally inches away from the best event performance of all time. I think the thing to me that sucks the most is that I lost this potentially insane performance from mishaps in games I'm meant to be good at. That is what stings the most. Maybe another time. Hey, I'm 4th on the ELO sheet now. I don't really care, but like, that's cool.